Thank you, Christine. My name is Alberta, and I'm going to be talking about learning together to work as a team. No matter what you're doing, whether it's working in a group or not, there's always going to be other people there that you need to work with. Whether it's coworkers, management, customers, people from other departments, there's always going to be someone, unless you're working absolutely solo. Having the skills to work together with others allows you to improve your interpersonal skills. It also allows you to have an open eye. You are able to see from other people's perspective, to see what their other solutions and ideas out there are. When you're working with a group, you need to be able to establish your goals. You want your goals to be challenging but realistic at the same time. You want to know that your goals will be able to be achieved. You need to have plans for these goals on how you're going to achieve them, what steps need to be taken, and how you're going to take these steps. Along with the goal, you also want your plans to be realistic. You don't want something out there that really is not going to work as planned. You want to be able to stay on task and be organized and use time management to prioritize. You want to do what needs to be done first instead of doing other things that don't need to be done right away and then having to cram and do the other things. Like the first steps, you don't want to do the fifth step and then come back to the first step. You want to go step by step. When you're on task, it allows you to turn in your assignments on time, get done when your group wants to be done so that they have time to revise and make changes so that your final project can be perfect. You need to be able to solve problems together. You want to work together, and each member wants to have a say on how you're going to work through these problems. With the problem solving can come conflict, and as a team, you need to be able to manage conflict carefully and wisely. There's always going to be conflict, and there's really no avoiding it. You just need to be able to take the correct steps to solve or work through the conflict. If you don't use the correct way to manage it, then there can be more conflict, and that's not really what you want. You want your group to move smoothly together. You want to be able to communicate effectively with each other. If you're not communicating effectively, people won't feel comfortable. You won't have the respect or trust. You need to show support for each other. This comes with the communication. When you communicate well, these other things come on, like the respect and support. When there's effective communication, everyone knows what's going on. Everyone feels comfortable in what they're doing. Everyone knows their role. You need to communicate with your group to make sure, like, every day that you know what has been done and what needs to be done still in order to achieve your goal. When you communicate like this, it allows other people to feel comfortable to open up to each other. They want to share their ideas, and they want to hear your ideas, and they want to know what you think as well. This is great when this happens. It really gets the ideas flowing. When this happens, there's more ideas for the group. You also need to give them feedback. You don't want to be harsh on your feedback. You just want to make sure they know that you're looking out for their best interest so that moving forward they can make these changes and be better at what they're doing. You want to focus on the issue that they're having and not quite them themselves. Or you can do the sandwich method where you give good news and then bad news and then the good news again. But that way people can kind of don't see the bad news because they're just really focusing on, oh, they gave me good news. Along with the communication, you need to make sure everyone knows what they're responsible for and what they're accountable for in their group. They would need to know their roles. You don't want to have two people doing the same role and then one thing not being done. Just make sure everyone knows what absolutely needs to be done, how it's going to be done, and how you're going to get to your end goal and achieve it. When you do these things, it just will keep you moving smoothly in the right direction to achieve your goal. Next up is Alicia talking about networking and building relationships in your career. Thank you.